Okay. Welcome to Bommyknockers. Today
Right, we're
we
ready to
are
go.
talking. Welcome to Bommyknockers. Today we are talking about trends.
Okay, look, I'll introduce myself. I'm Ryan. Now, I did a bit of research here. Only time that we've ever done it. And we've got 4 pages double-sided of research. And, well, we're talking about fads, trends. I called it fads, trends, and vogues. I knew
What's a vogue?
a vogue is... you talk about someone being in vogue,
The
or something
fashion.
being in vogue.
Oh, okay. Like they're in
Yeah, so
in the limelight
it's
at
the
that
popular,
point in time.
yeah.
yeah. So what I thought I'd just do a little bit of research, and one of the first things that comes up when you type in fads is diets. And I was I was just wondering if anyone in the group has ever had a relationship.
Where they ran the other person into the ground emotionally and physically using diet.
Yeah.
Tim?
Look, if we haven't had it, only if they've made them earn gain more than 34.5 kgs.
I like earn. That's definitely a fat person's idea. I earn all of that.
Yeah.
I was real digging those couple of weeks we had off podcasting. Didn't get paid out by my friends, not one bit. Had a good self-esteem level.
Good confidence
what the
level.
boys are talking about is I dated a girl, and in a short amount of time, she put on about 35 kilos because I show my love through giving people food. And she was on crutches.
Because of the weight. You're a bad man, Tim.
Do you start?
She's
start
looking
your
good
girlfriend's-
now. She's looking good. She lost me. And then the way, yeah.
Well, while we're talking about diets here, the research I did, I found 10 crazy diets, and there are a few crazy ones there. One of these ones here is Fletcherism. I'll just put it around the group. Does anyone?
Never heard of it.
No.
No.
Well, it was developed in 1903 by some fella called Horace Fletcher from San Francisco. He's an art dealer, and he was known as the Great Masticator. And so basically what he did is he lost 18 kgs, not by changing what he ate, not by changing, exercising more, just the way he chewed it. Now, what he did is he chewed his food hard and many times, like 32 to 80 times, until it's liquefied. And then he just tilted his head back and
Horace, you weirdo.
and let the liquid run down his throat only by gravity, no swallowing, let it run down, and then spit the food out.
I wonder what foods would
Wait,
taste best.
Spit it out. That's the reason, not the
Yeah.
chewing.
What foods do you reckon if you were doing the
Horace,
masticator? What foods? Fruit would be good because it's just juice.
Anything juicy, I suppose.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to...
But a
avoid-
steak,
trying
liquid
to-
steak ain't good.
No,
Gross.
Yeah. Steak in a blender.
That's
not
just a
good.
cup of blood.
biscuits, cakes. Cake's no good. Biscuits no good.
No.
Definitely not
Biscuits,
a biscuit.
no.
No way. There's no juice in a biscuit.
Hey, let's go to Subway. Oh,
On a salada?
painful.
Meat pies would be alright. They already got gravy in them.
I think every food would be gross if you had to
Yeah.
drink it with gravity's help.
Yeah, why does it have to be with gravity? Is that actually in there? Like,
Yeah, it's
Is it so you don't accidentally catch some fucking carbohydrates down the old...
yeah, it doesn't say gravity, but it says it allows the food to trickle down, and trickling is an effect.
it's a really gross
How much
I would-
explanation
you must-
of
The
that.
thing is,
I'd
like, I had a
cough
read
so
of these earlier, and there's some fucking... The one that you're looking at right now, the amputation diet.
Yeah.
Oh, read that one out.
Okay, the amputation diet. Another weight loss extreme is the amputation diet. This diet consists of losing excess fluids and body parts to lose weight. According to the diet, you lose weight by trimming toenails, getting a haircut, urinating, donating blood, and taking laxatives. To lose even more weight, the following extremes are suggested. amputation of a limb.
Suggested.
Is this
They're
real?
not rules.
Yeah. I just like to hint that your
Amputation
foot's
of a
looking
limb.
chubby.
So they
Get rid
chop
of
their
it.
foot off and then weigh themselves again.
And they're like, good.
And they fall
Oh,
off the
three-
scales.
3
So it's not
kgs
all
gone.
the way up to 300 kgs. They're only on a fraction of a second because they forgot
that
they
one
couldn't
can't be
step.
real.
Amputation of the limb, donating a kidney, and breast reduction. The diet also suggests not eating or drinking for 2 or 3 days to prevent weight gain.
Well, that's the key to it. Again, like, they always wait to the end. Oh, and old Horace, he spat the food out. It goes into this big complicated thing, and then, well, actually, they
Don't
didn't eat. Yeah, don't eat for 3 days. Don't put that at the end.
All right, Cam.
Is this the early research into the fact that you can only lose weight by eating well and exercising?
Yeah, this is they're looking for workarounds. They don't want to.
They don't want to
It's-
do less work than it takes to chop a foot off.
Diets were invented by lazy people.
Oh, I know I'm a lazy person that follows them every now and then, too.
Are you now?
Do
I
you
jump
do the
into
cotton
them.
ball diet?
What's that one?
Did you know cotton balls are high in fibre, Cam? Followers of this diet eat cotton balls either dry or soaked in gelatin. Cotton balls are believed to be very filling and low in kilojoules. This diet became popular when fitness experts began to understand the link between a high fibre diet and weight loss.
Are these off the Onion website?
No, these are off an actual dieting website. It's so look,
Endorsed by Jenny Craig. Or?
have you said you went on diets, Cam?
Yeah.
Can you tell us about a time that you went on diet? Because I mean, I know about the dry July. It's a diet of sorts, and
Diet
you
of
did
the soul.
you became less rotund, and it's
Yeah. It's
And-
come back. But God, that was a good month, body-wise. Yeah, well, the one that comes to mind is 5+ a day. But what I would do for that is have everything at once. So I'd pretty much eat once a day and just buy 5 pieces of fruit and just chow that down. I don't have the commitment to follow through with anything, so that only lasted like 3 days. Yeah, and I vomited it back up.
we go into them with the best intentions.
Yuck.
Though I remember when I started going to the gym, and the night before I'd cut up celery and carrot sticks, and I'd take tuna, and I'd stop and I'd take like a pot of hummus, and I'd just have dip things, and I'd end up just fucking spooning all the hummus out because it's the only fucking thing with flavour in my fucking car. And tuna starts feeling like cardboard, and then you're depressed, and you drive into McDonald's, and you're
You're
sit
having a
there
second lunch.
and then you finish it, and you're sitting there, and it's like I just had a large Big Mac combo with a large chocolate shake for the drink and a fillet of fish, and it cost me $14 something. And you're sitting there, and you look in the rearview mirror because I was on the road driving. You look in the rearview mirror, and you're like, "Don't look at me, you fucking asshole." That's the way you are, and.
At yourself or the person behind you?
No.
Even darker turn to the story.
Well, I hadn't left the drive-through in case I was still hungry. This cunt's tooting behind me and just saying, "Fuck, wait your turn." So yeah, that's diets. It's crazy to think that that diets.
Whatever you can do to avoid hard work.
Have you guys heard of that food replacement that's kind of big with geeks, and it's called Soylent? Have you heard of that, Bad?
I've heard of Soylent.
It's pretty much liquid food, like what we're saying that dude Horace is into, but you have just 2 of them a day. So it's just ground up food and then like seeds and oils and stuff, and it looks the colour of like cream, and then it looks about as thick as cream, and these dudes are just drinking that instead of eating. Looks disgusting.
Jeez.
They just like work too hard, I guess.
I've been building a fucking website for a weight loss company, and I was saying it with fucking air quotes because
That belly pops out. Right, just took his
all,
shirt off.
all it is just a fucking. They sell cheats way to, so you can still eat fucking sweet things, and like it's all candy bars and fucking chocolate and cookies and desserts and shit, and it's just a
Nougat.
they say sugar free, like as if there's the only thing lacking from it is real sugar. It's just a fucking cheat way to think that you're putting effort into losing weight.
Yeah.
It's just an excuse to keep eating bullshit.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do is stop eating shit. It's the only way.
When is
Stop
it
eating shit.
okay to start bullying a fat person? Like
Tim? When did you start?
Like,
It
obviously,
wasn't bullying intentionally.
like, but you don't call them bullying. You call them interventions, and it's when you gang up on someone. But
Oh,
it's
yeah.
bullying. But when is it okay to say, mate, put the sausage roll down?
I don't know if it ever is.
Yeah.
I'm sick of this fucking trend of being all PC. Fucks me off. Do you know at Meredith you can't wear an Indian headdress?
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to.
It's like, of course, no, you're going to look like a fucking twat.
Yeah.
Like, I hate people like.
I don't remember ever seeing them.
Well, no, this year they've done the original marketing was all they had they had two girls wearing Indian headdresses on the thing, and it's like that was going to be the sort of the theme, I guess, or lots of people were going to do that, and people had a little whinge, and what I hate is the people that have the whinge.
Yeah.
It's like someone who lives in Toorak, and she's got so much time on her hands because her husband's out fucking secretaries and making shitloads of cash, that she drives around in her BMW SLS 500 and just goes to shitty meetings and helps orphans read or whatever, and it's just like then she gets offended when someone calls someone else a nigger. Go fuck yourself, Betty. You fucking asshole.
I thought it was quite funny how that guy.
I didn't think we were going to go to that destination.
I thought it was quite funny.
And I'm quite kind of agreeing with the chick in the BMW. Like,
Why?
Because you said she helps orphans.
yeah.
Well, look. Maybe nigger's a bad term because no, look. Hey,
Stop saying it.
look. I'm not calling anyone it. Okay, so I'm not being bad, but obviously Betty's going to get offended because I just used the word. But what's happening with these Indian headdresses is it's perceived again. They're worried that someone might get offended. Just let it happen. Let it happen.
It's like that. Is it an MP who was saying it doesn't matter that we increase the petrol price because poor people can't.
Poor people don't have cars.
Poor people don't drive very far.
That sounds like something a comedian would say. Eh?
Yeah.
It does. It definitely wouldn't have been on
And
purposely funny.
Yeah, it's clearly a joke, but he's gone on and he's had to apologise to the nation and all this sort of shit. And I think if that sort of thing offends you, you're going to have a shit life all around.
Yeah.
If you're a poor person with a car, then bummed out to him. Like, just be happy. If you're a poor person without one, then just accept the truth.
Maybe he's got a point sometimes.
Yeah. There's only two options.
There's some people who just like being offended. They just can't handle anything that's not
Betty.
soft language, soft ideas,
Yeah.
and they bring the rest of us down. I think they make it harder for all of us to find things funny.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Betty.
What we want you to do is,
Fuck you,
if
Betty.
look on our Facebook page, bommyknockerspodcast.com, you can not only hear all our podcasts and you click on them, you click on the photos, hover over it, and you can find an episode you want. But on the side, there's a little tab to like us, and there's also an email us part. If you click on that, what we'd like you to do is maybe tell us times when you've heard Busybody Betty fucking butting her big butt face nose into other people's business and getting offended for the hordes of people that are going to get offended.
I think if you get offended by shit like that, you deserve to feel shit. You deserve to feel that shit feeling that the offence gives you.
Yeah.
Let's maybe just try and offend Betty at something that she should be offended at.
What do you reckon would get her?
I don't know. Menopause.
You
Well,
deserved it, Betty.
I'm going to put in a more literal meaning of the topic and bring it to, has anyone actually tried to start a trend? Let's talk about trends today. Has anyone
I've tried to start a trend
successfully?
very unsuccessfully.
What was yours?
It was I tried to bring back.
Little pockets on t-shirts.
I reckon Yelp thinks
Close.
that's a success though.
Fanny packs.
I think me and you have had this
Well,
chat.
I bought a fanny pack and I
How did you
like,
wear
this
it?
is perfect. This carries everything I need. I don't need to put shit in my pockets because I hate doing that. Wrap around the shoulders.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
No one else liked it. The idea. I got more shit for it than it was worth. And
So you did it one
Pretty-
shoulder strap over, So
Yeah, I just tied it around and
Do you think the
Like
reason?
everyone-
Do you think it's the name that people are like? Oh,
I think now it's just got a rep as being a shit thing.
Well, they
Yeah.
were called bum bags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, the reality is they're fucking very convenient items.
And it's the about the amount of stuff that a dude would be carrying. Like I'd never be carrying more than that. I've got a whole
No.
backpack with me tonight, but it's pretty much for a camera and a thing that my camera goes on.
Look, normally what you got your wallet, your phone,
Keys.
some keys, probably some cigarettes,
Yeah.
Yep. A lighter.
fucking lighter. What else?
Speed.
Receipt.
Gobstoppers.
Sunglasses, maybe.
Perfect size for to carry all of the above.
I wish it did take off.
So do I,
I'd
man.
jump on board.
A small
When I
weapon.
first
No one even wanted it when I tried to get rid of it.
I first started when I
to throw
first
it on the
started my
roof.
job at Main Freight.
You threw it on the roof. Your fanny pack.
Yeah.
Is it on the roof of this house?
No, it's at the Guz in Wellington.
Oh yeah.
They gave us fanny packs when we started at Main Freight, and in this we had to keep a tape measure, a little notepad for writing things down, and different things you'd need for being in the freight game, and all of the guys on the floor, if you're on a forklift or whatever, that's being on the floor. Now all the guys who are sort of going nowhere in life. You know, the guys who would go off and smoke joints in the cars at lunchtime and things like that, all wore their bum bags the same way that Yarp did. So that could be it.
Could it be the wear style? No, because I did put it around my waist once, and I went and got a roti canai.
Above the
Because I thought, well, that's where
A what?
Roti Chennai, like we got some Malaysian food with his bum bag on. That's the funniest story. Yeah, put my bum bag on and I think we got some Malaysian food.
I thought if anyone, because fucking roti canai became what I'd actually call a fad.
Oh, absolutely. In Wellington especially.
Yeah. I thought if anyone's going to see it and is going to take off, fucking
Take it to the heart of culture.
And look, what I'd be fucking mad if someone found my bum bag off the roof of the Guz and actually put it on and started a trend. And I go back to Wellington next time, and there's fucking everyone's strolling around with these well-suited bags.
Yeah.
And he's become the mayor. the problem you run
He's
when
become
you
a town hero.
when you wear the fanny pack on the front is people look at you and they say, "Hey, you should be operating like the sideshows at the AMP show. Like that's for change."
Pushing a trolley.
Yeah, it's that bit there is where you give people change and
And hustle, and you know that you can't trust them.
It's
and
just
you get another book of fake raffle tickets out.
They're all good reasons for the fanny pack.
Yeah.
I think it's just got a stigma about it.
I don't know where it came from as well. Maybe because was it big in the 80s?
I think it was the early 90s that really
Oh, yeah.
ruined it. And like those fucking glasses that have the neon straps around the back, you know?
Just a thought there. We called them bum bags in New Zealand, and in America they called them fanny packs. And the fanny is the bum in America, and the bum's on the rear, but everyone wore them in the front. Do you reckon that's how, when we heard fanny pack, it's
Why Kiwis wore them on the front? Must be. Well, it's a very direct name, but I guess that must be right.
it's a pack that goes on my fanny. Oh, you're wearing a fanny pack. You must be a girl. You've got a fanny. I love the word
Did anyone
fanny.
else try to kick off a trend or?
Yeah, when I was really drunk once, I made a bet with my mate that I would start doing this game and it would catch on with everyone. I actually made $100 bet and lost.
Whoa.
And this is when I was wasted. I thought that I'd start this new trend of when you have sex with a girl in a one-night stand, you bring a marker out with you, and it was called tagging. And after you have sex with them when you're asleep, somewhere on their body, you put your tag on them in a permanent marker.
What did you write?
That's kind of like walking
It's-
a thin line with like sexual
Authority, yeah.
exploitation.
But and
You haven't done well with the ladies in tonight's
and
podcast.
it was. I'm single, eh? It was the. I never actually did it.
Is that why you
because
tried to feed the
I-
ladies more so there'd be more canvas space?
The true artist.
Need more room.
Did you know what? Did you know
True
what you
artist
were
works
going to
within the
write?
constraints that
Yeah.
he dealt.
We actually went to the point where
How many did you tag?
at 0.
Oh,
Yeah, I got.
so the game never really
I was gonna
got past
do
the
it.
first hurdle.
No, it died in really early stages. But I was gonna do it one night, and I just have too much respect for women. I couldn't do it. Got to tick back on the mark for that one.
All right.
Ladies, come on me, eh?
Ladies, come on you.
In Thailand.
Yeah.
All right. Look, yeah, I've got I didn't want to bring it up
Alright.
about starting trends, and I guess because it's all
You are someone that would have started at least 8 or 9, or tried to.
t-shirts over skivvies, trying to bring back John Lennon glasses.
What was the first one?
T-shirts over skivvies.
Fuck off. Really?
Were you one of those blokes?
Oh, well, if you've seen it before, it fucking took off.
You lose the tune bloke.
So that one did work.
That's a thing, bro. Like a jumper with the t-shirt over.
Is
People
that when you
do
were like
that.
fucking
Not
a child?
jumper,
Because I
it's-
remember
I'm
doing that
talking
when I
about
was
skivvy.
fucking 9
Oh,
or
a
10.
skivvy. Is that the neck?
I was doing it when I was 9 and 10. A couple of years older than you.
Can you remember thinking, "Oh, this is the best I've come up with something"?
No. Look, I
We
thought
had
it
to wear
was dope.
skivvies for school. So
Dad,
there's our
Dad wouldn't let
excuse
me wear
for-
it to church, and I was like, "Fuck
Too
you."
badass.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand it. He maybe just thought it was a bit fruity, but I just wore it, and then I started accessorising with a beret and some round
Fucking what?
round John Lennon glasses.
You were the weirdest 9-year-old. I thought I was a weird kid. You look like such a
Did you wear
douchey
a
artist.
beret?
and with that, I would often wear a pair of bright coloured track pants and some basketball shoes.
Man,
I hope
if 10-year-old
so
me
much.
was friends with 10-year-old you, I would have egged your house all the time, eh?
I hope so much that photos exist, and I'm taking a note to myself right now to find photos of that.
I was also big into the plug chain, and I took the liberty of bringing a photo to show you guys of me as I think I must have been 18, maybe 17, but most definitely 18. Of me dressed for a family photo, and Barbara, my stepmom, wanted the whole family wearing white shirts and blue denim. And so my sister Snapchatted that to me.
Describe it to the listeners. Tim. Oh, that says it all.
Ryan looks sad.
Well, yeah, I'm
Really
I'm conforming with the rest of my
really
family.
sad.
It's probably one of the first times I'd gone back to Hawke's Bay after leaving to go to Wellington. I thought
You
finally
look
rid of them.
You look quite mischievous. Like that night, you would have gone out and
Oh, yeah.
drunk some goon with your friends and vandalised the local scout hall.
Looking at that photo cam, do you reckon you would have been friends with that guy?
No, not at his
Nah,
age. He
nah.
was too Christian.
I was way too Christian, and I would have looked at that and thought, that's like a grumpy Dave Grohl. Like, that.
The Foo Fighters weren't around when you were.
Dave Grohl was
Oliver?
around. Nirvana's been around
Yeah.
since forever.
Probably since before you were born, Tim.
Yeah.
89. Nah.
When do you reckon those Chinese hats
93
or
was-
Vietnamese hats stopped being
No, they were
cool in
they
Vietnam?
were late 80s.
They
They
still
were
are,
like
aren't they?
never mind. Was that 87?
Are you right?
So
Just say numbers,
I
man.
think
Yeah.
Nevermind was a bit earlier, like 91 maybe.
okay.
Later, sorry.
So we go to
Yeah.
grunge, are we?
Yeah. Oh no, I just like talking about.
So
My
everything
my mum went to Seattle recently and brought me back heaps of Nirvana stuff.
Have they
It was cool.
Like your haircut.
they put grunge up?
Whoa, whoa,
The
mate.
fucking smile on Cam's face right now. He knows.
I've always
How long
told.
have
I've
you been holding on to that one for?
I never hold on to it. I often tell you look like a friendly Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
I believe it.
I know.
Tim about an hour ago pointed out that when I'm quite drunk doing silly things, he'll point out the thing e.g., Cam, you're pissing on your own shoes right now, and ecstatically I'll reply, I know!
Every single time. Not
Even
happy
doing
or angry, just excited.
Exclaiming it. I yell a lot when I'm drunk, but it's always kind of happy stuff, I think.
I do too, I think, because my voice is always so fucked the next day.
Yeah,
I think I'm just a loud person.
yeah.
I like your dance. You only got one dance. No.
That's a great rendition.
Oh, yeah, there's that bit that you can bring in these. Oh, yeah, smoker Joseph!
Put on some fucking
So I guess what we will do is upload maybe some videos to the Facebook page of
us trying Tim's dance.
of our trying to do a Timmy dance.
And then at the end, I'll get smashed and do one myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Sounds fun.
And we'll allow you to rate them.
I can pick me or the audience.
No, I was talking to the audience.
okay.
I'm personal. Unless you're listening in groups, I will allow you all to.
Individually.
I would love to
And
think there's a
physically.
fucking group out there with a little headphone thing like we've got here, where there's a bunch of headphones jacked in and everyone's sitting there listening and looking at each other in acknowledgement.
And nodding when they agree with each part of the conversation. It's
Like a silent
guys.
disco of podcasting.
yeah.
Like
I
listening to
imagine
podcasts.
a culturally diverse makeup like the Spice Girls, where there's a blonde one and one that's into dresses and a ginger one and an African American and a lesbian. It would be.
I hope the Afro-American is the one that's into me.
Cam likes his exotic girls, and is this a trend amongst white men in the last little while that the access to interracial porn now is so prolific that you can get?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Because
this
I
word-
had this fucking vague memory of you telling us that Indian was
Yeah.
what we'd find on your your porn history.
He was
Definitely.
he was really drunk one night, and we were at Gaylord, the restaurant, and
Oh, yeah.
you grabbed me and swung your arm around quite hard, and you're like, that's because you were telling me about it earlier at dinner. You're like,
Yeah.
that's the one, she's the one, that's my dream
And
girl.
was she Indian?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh, man. Like, there's words... there's words
Oh, man.
that I know only from porn, but I don't know if it's appropriate to say them
Say them. No holds barred.
because I know that, like, the girls that are in Desi porn, Desi,
I don't know what Desi
gorgeous. But I don't know if I, like, walk up to someone on the street, like, hey, where's the Desi community? What?
What does Desi stand for?
I don't know. It's, when you go on there, it's just Indian girls. So it's probably...
Right. And are they just doing
But Bangladeshi?
your typical,
But at the same
Bangladesh-
time, you
typical
couldn't be
things, or
like,
what are they?
Oh, they're doing normal stuff.
Right. But they're just
Yeah, I've seen
What
some
we would
weird
call
ones. Like the quality and the year that Indian porn is from goes way further back. So like I've
it's
watched
just that
some
they've
stuff.
got fucking handy cams.
You can tell the handy cam is actually a burden, like it's heavy for him. You can hear the machinery of it working. And some of it, I like the realistic part of it because you can tell that it's definitely a husband and wife. He's put the camera over there and just like, okay, lay down on the rug sort of thing, like real off-camera angle.
How do they define these?
It's quite voyeuristic of you to
I
want
guess it is, yeah.
yeah.
As long as they're Desi.
To the Desi community out there listening,
how
lock
does
your
a,
doors, close your windows.
When does
pull your
a
curtains.
style of porn or a genre become trendy enough that it gets its own name?
Ebony.
Ebony.
You can't say anything to do with porn without saying creepy sounding. It's like Ebony. Can you say some other porn styles?
Say bukkake.
Bukkake.
It's that husky.
Yeah.
Amateur. Mature. MILF.
Mum.
There's some foot fetish porn on the rise. I've noticed, actually.
Have you noticed, like, there's one of our friends who often talks about it. Is it German fart porn?
Oh,
What's that called? Is it
Has it
just
got a
called
name?
that?
I think that's the name.
Is it?
German fart
Because
porn.
what I'm wondering is when it gets to a point where they actually give it a fucking like a slogan almost.
Oh, look, like Schnauzen. We watch some Schnauzen.
I know there's like an ass to mouth porn.
Yeah. Oh, there's fucking all sorts. I go to Tube
Yeah.
Kitty and things I have to brush over.
Yeah.
I've noticed that now on Pornhub they've got a section where you can, like it used to just have the list like Desi, foot fetish, bukkake, whatever.
Like the categories, you mean?
Yeah, the categories, and then above that they've added 2 clickable things: amateur, or like homemade or professional.
Oh yeah.
And I reckon that's to do with the trend of us consuming entertainment that is made by our peers. So like we watch YouTube, we watch stuff that's real low quality that people have just put up, and then that's like
Look, sometimes
filtered through
I'll type in amateur just because I want that realism that doesn't
it's
come
so
from
fake.
a professionally made
I watch
porn video.
college porn.
I've got a theory. Right now. It just came to me, boom, out of the bushes of blackness. I believe that the reason why there are so many different styles of porn now is because it's so easy to get porn and not get caught watching it. Because when you think about it, all you got to do is close a laptop, alt-tab it off a screen, stop the noise or whatever, or, it's a click of a button to get rid of porn.
Yeah.
In the olden days, you had a VCR going, which was an essential part of the house. You had to have eagle ears to wait to hear the front door click or something like that. And, I mean, then you've got to get to the TV. Then, if they come straight into the lounge, God forbid they've been to Video Easy and they've got a video to watch that afternoon because you are fucked.
Yeah. So those porn trends would have always existed.
Yeah.
They just never had a way to fucking like
find their audience.
the very fringe ones. Like now there might be fucking hundreds of thousands of pissing videos on Tube Kitty. But there
Back in the day, there was just a couple of solid classics.
You could not go. There wasn't a whole fucking. There wasn't a huge section of pissing porn at Video Easy.
Yeah.
The one thing about porn that always makes me laugh is that, when you click on a video and then what its actual title is just like so much more intense a lot of the time than the video you're watching. Like it could just be like two people like having just normal sex. And then it's like huge black man sticks his raging cock into this filthy slut's wet cunt, and it's just like, whoa, man! Like if my mum sees that, she's thinking like, what's wherever gone wrong? But if it's just two people having sex, it's just like, well, that's natural. But what he's looking at's fucked up.
Yeah.
Have you guys noticed that on porn sites, anything to do with like a Japanese porn, it's a little bit rapey?
Yeah.
And they're into cartoon porn, but even that's quite rapey. Or they've got like monsters, and that's rapey as well.
The monsters weirds me out, like CGI giant ogres chasing a little princess.
Yeah.
I never watched it.
Yeah, what I've noticed about Japanese porn is that there's a lot of one of my favourites is the reverse gangbang. It's where there's one guy and maybe 8 to 10 females, and the Japanese.
That's just too much.
There's just fucking.
You don't need that
There's
many.
one on your fucking toes, one for each ball, a penis one, fucking one on each nip, one kissing
On
you,
your nap.
one fucking
Rubbing your eyes.
face, hinge on the face. Like there's just a guy getting slaughtered, and obviously it's just
Hope you saved a couple to clean up afterwards.
just a rich, obviously rich dudes, just go into a shop and say, give me eight of them, thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got the video camera, and
Let's
the
do this.
camera's always from this angle as well, like from up here.
What, like security footage?
Nah, it's just from behind their head, so you can see the 8 girls just like fucking giggling.
There's
anyway,
a reason
my
for
point
that. You don't
was
wanna
that
see another man's cum face.
this is the fucking just something I've noticed about Japanese
It's funny you
pornography.
mentioned the rich thing though, because I think rich people trends are even more different to normal people trends.
Well, they just get to indulge
exactly
more than what poor people do.
Was it a rich person trend where people all of a sudden started going out in the ocean and standing on a surfboard and paddling around? Like, was that copied off celebrities? I'm pretty sure, like,
Yeah,
Right,
it's
they
like
started
a,
that.
I don't
it's
know.
an ancient
Paddleboarding.
Hawaiian thing. Yeah.
paddleboarding, yeah. That seemed to blow up for a while, but maybe not rich.
I've got a
middle
feeling that
class
would come
copying
from
rich.
the islands, like from more primitive sort of cultures where it's just a way to get around.
Bear Grylls made a surf car. What do they call it? A windsurfer.
I actually remember a trend that I can remember starting off is kite
This is as
surfing.
good as Badlands Malaysian
I didn't
food
start it
story.
off. I can't do it.
Like
but
I was around before kite surfing was a thing. We probably all
yeah,
were,
I
actually.
remember
Like,
when
there
kite
was-
surfing became mental. Like it was this one year there was like no kite surfers, and then like a year later you'd go down to the beach where there was no waves and people just, there were fucking kite surfers everywhere. Awesome, because it's sick to watch. But that was a trend that just went mental quite quickly.
I always get worried about guys like that, you know, just not for their well-being.
Thrill seekers.
No, just like they seem weird.
Why is that?
Kite surfers.
Well, yeah, the same guys that'll have unicycles and.
Nah, it's not quite that shitty. It's more of a thrill than a unicycle.
Well, what's the thrill of unicycle? You could hurt your face. Like you're on it and you got no front wheel, or is it
All you're doing is going backwards and forwards. You could do that.
No, they go mountain bike. I don't even know you can
on a unicycle. They go
mountain hiking.
fucking downhill
insane.
mountain bike on a unicycle. But there is a thrill in kite surfing. Like you can get lifted up, fucking
Yeah.
you know, a few meters into the air.
You can get
and
put in
feel like
power
you're flying.
lines for sure.
Yeah. I can.
I see kite surfers as kind of the same sort of middle-aged dudes who would buy a motorbike or
Yeah, it
get
takes-
divorced.
yeah,
Like
it
I
takes-
see it as
takes
that
a bit of
kind of
money
like
and-
you've worked for a while. You're kind of going, what's something I can not just have to go swimming and do and have fun.
It
That's what I
would
imagine
be a
kites.
huge thrill. It would feel like you're flying sometimes, I think.
Yeah.
Some of those guys get such height. Like, so fucking high.
I did it. I just got dragged through the ocean and then...
Oh, you did it?
Yeah, and then I ripped up the kite because I lowered it onto a big log of driftwood and it wasn't my kite. Just because the guy just trusted me too much.
Yeah,
Still blame him.
Look, I'm glad about that story because I was just saying how much I didn't like them, and maybe
Glad to hear there's one less kite in the world.
I was hoping, and I ripped up his kite.
Yeah.
He was a dick. But I've never heard someone say he just trusted me too much.
His fault.
That's what I feel about every boss I've ever had.
Should we have a pause?
Yep.